Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is the Conscious Chicano, and I'm back. This is Conscious Chat number one. If you're on Instagram, um, how's it going? So I'm doing this both on Instagram and YouTube at the same time. This is Conscious Chat number one. Welcome. This is the Conscious Chicano. I'm back on YouTube, and this is the first Conscious Chat. And the topic today is conscious entrepreneurship, and I'll be discussing that topic maybe for 30 minutes. And then, if you guys want to join in the chat, in some civil dialogue. I have my chat rules in the description and follow them. You know, just don't violate those rules. Um, Also, if you want to find some deeper conversations, you can click on my Rumble link, the Conscious Chicano, below, and I go into a lot of like Um, I have lots of deeper conversations there, or you're not censored. I know here on YouTube, it's you have to be careful what you say here, and so I gotta keep it more commercial um, and more more positive in some sense. um, so let me see. I'm trying to look at. See if I have my chat going. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna type up hello in my chat. Hopefully, people will join me. So definitely, how's it going? Welcome. If you guys celebrate the Gregorian New Year, Happy New Year. But if not, if you're on this conscious tip, you know, like me, I actually follow more the kind of like the Mexica New Year. So we have our New Year's on a different, like a different day. Some dispute on whether it's an actual, some schools of thought argue if it's on a certain day. Some Mexica groups out here say it's on a certain day. No, it's on another day. So and I'm just saying, okay, I think a lot of our Mexican years were actually mostly based on like the transition of seasons based on that. So to me, it doesn't matter what day it is. What matters is if you're just following the seasons in some sense. But anyways, whether you celebrate the Mexican New Year or the Gregorian New Year, um, you know, it's always good to make a change with a lot of different things out here. Um, and right now, a lot of times people are during the beginning of the year, they're into like setting new goals, trying to live up to their, I guess, New Year's resolutions and all that. And I actually think that this should be done like probably every day. You should have goals set about, you should work on, your goals, short term, long term goals. So, yeah, so lately I've been definitely educating myself on entrepreneurship. And a lot of times, we get so into this conscious thing. All we do is complain about the system being oppressive and exploitation and this and that. But most of our activists out here are broke or poor, or just barely surviving. And so I think a lot of times the conscious community needs to embrace entrepreneurship, where they're promoting conscious business, and this is what I call conscious entrepreneurship. Is like teaching, especially the brown communities out here, how to make money, you know, how to you know build wealth, how to support each other and build wealth. And a lot of times we have in our brown communities this whole crabs in the bucket mindset where, oh, if I make it, I'm not going to help you out because you're going to take my place, or you're my competition, So, and this is part of the problem out here. It's a lot of individualism. And it's like, and this is why a lot of us brown folks are, you know, there's only a few that actually make, make it to being wealthy, whereas the majority are, the working class or poor. And we need to change that. We definitely need to change that. And so, right in this episode here, I'm not here to complain about the system and you know and teach victimhood, because we have enough of that. We have enough of that in the conscious movements all the time, But it's in this episode. It's like it's all about empowerment. How to get yourself out of those situations of where you're financially limited, or you're poor, or you're stuck in the 9 to 5 job, and you're like not really getting anywhere. Um, so definitely, yeah. So if you just join me, what I'll be doing is I'll be talking here for 30 minutes. And if you want to join my chat room after for 30 more minutes, I'm going to post the link if you want to join me. But today's topic is conscious entrepreneurship. I think a lot of brown folks need to tap into this, because a lot of times, when I hear about entrepreneurship, it's, mostly, people who are non-brown, who are usually the leaders or spokespeople, uh, making all this wealth or promoting this kind of stuff. And I think there needs to be more brown folks getting into this, and we need to create more abundance in our brown communities out here. And out here, like in Los Angeles, we do have brown communities, especially like the newcomers, from straight from Mexico. A lot of them do have entrepreneurship mindsets. They set up their businesses and everything, their small businesses. But I think the only issue with them is that it's like they should also learn to go beyond that, beyond those small businesses, and start creating more wealth and abundance. So a lot of us, Mexicans out here, we set up restaurants. We're known for our foods, right? Um, we may own like one mom and pop type restaurant, stuff like that. But then sometimes you'll see a European person, or non-Mexican person. All of a sudden they make a restaurant like based on Mexican food, and then they're setting up all these other restaurants, a whole bunch of them everywhere, and they're making money off our culture, right? They're making money off our foods, and they're getting rich off this. So I'm thinking, wait a minute. Mexicans need to start doing this for on with their own culture, because we got these chefs out here. I see some of these PBS shows and everything where you have non-Mexican people. They're learning our foods, and they're learning our cultural, our culture. But then they go up and set up a bunch of like restaurants all over the place, and it's a whole chain, and they're making cash off this. We see places that have like fish taco restaurants, and um, you know different types of Mexican foods, tacos, and all that. So so Mexicans need to have that same mindset where, hey, if we could have, we can open up one mom and pop restaurant, we can start spreading it in different communities and make a chain, and so we not only profit from one restaurant, um, but we start making more and more, and eventually, that's how you start building wealth, and and it's just me just tapping into this whole entrepreneurship, getting self-educated in this stuff. I wish I would have learned this at a younger age. I mean, for you youngsters out here, if you're already tapped into this, you guys are lucky. But this message is for everyone, though. It don't matter if you're young, old, um, in between. Um, it's never too late to start your own business, and start making a profit off of it. Look at what's his name, Danny Trejo. He's already like up there in age. Not too sure how old he is. I think he's like in his 70s or something, and he started late in life. And he went through the prison system and all that, and I met him out here in the San Fernando Valley. It's a small little world out here, and but he later, after he got out of prison, he did something for himself. And he became an actor, and and I'm sure he started building. He started saving money, and then he opened up his restaurants. Trejo Tacos. And so he has that mindset. It's like, okay, I'm gonna start up these businesses. You know, and we have to have that. And I actually admire like the African American community. Like, they promote a lot of this, like black businesses, and and they promote this in the communities. So they're not just only complaining about the man, but they're also doing something about it. And poverty is one of the biggest factors that holds us back as a people. You know, and that's why we gotta promote this entrepreneurship in the communities. And I know a lot of people criticize, that's all capitalism, and a lot of these Chicanos are into the whole Marxist, communist stuff and everything. But I used to be all into that, Marxism, communism, socialism, and all that stuff. And I realized that we live in a capitalist world right here. I mean, especially in this nation, we live in a system of capitalism, and you definitely need to make money in order to not only survive, but even to thrive. So um, we can't. You just have to be realistic. The system is not going to go away anytime any anytime. It's not going to go away anytime, any soon. Sometimes I fumble. So anyways, um, but yeah, the system's going to be here, no matter what. And yeah, it's a corrupt system, but we gotta learn how to work the system. I kind of see it as like the Matrix, you know. And I like to give that example of the Matrix. It's like, okay, you know, uh, we live in this Matrix, and there's many people who live off this Matrix, and they depend on it in order to survive, right? So a lot of these revolutionaries want to destroy the Matrix, but if you do that, you're gonna destroy people's livelihoods. So it's like, okay, you know, realistically, the Matrix is not gonna go away anytime. Any, um, it's not gonna go away, and so it's gonna be here. And what we got to do is learn how to work the Matrix, you know, and learn how to change the Matrix. It's redirected, you know, where it actually profits us, you know, and profits not only you, but your people as well. And so that's the key too, right there. It's like learn how to milk the system in some sense, you know, and a lot of business people know how to do that, you know, and you know, a lot of Marxists are over here. Oh, you're gonna exploit people. You're gonna exploit the community and this and that. No, it's not doing that. It's actually empowering the community. So that's why I'm advocating conscious entrepreneurship, where you say that you do make it, you start making wealth, right? You know, but you don't hoard all the wealth like Uncle Scrooge, right? Yeah, I don't know if you guys ever, like, if you're old school, you know about a cartoon called DuckTales. And there's an Uncle Scrooge, right? And he's known to be greedy, and he doesn't want to, you know, help nobody financially, you know, and he has all this wealth, right? And we don't want to be like that. What you want to do is you definitely, yeah, you got to be careful how you spend your wealth and all that, because you can end up losing it, right? But at the same time, it's not about you only, you know. It's about empowering the community and teaching the younger generations, or even older generations, or people around, you know, your age or whatever. And it's like, you know, you're definitely you know, teach them some how to build wealth, you know, what, mentor them in some sense, or create programs, you know, offer courses and classes in the communities, and start teaching, you know, the people that, you know, especially in our brown communities, you know, most of us, you know, we come from families that are not wealthy, that are broke, and not too educated. And so for us who got educated financially, you want to spread that wisdom, that financial wisdom, to our people, so they can thrive, and so we can you know, um, succeeding as a community, empowering the community, you know. And you see this, you know, in the African American community, they do that. Um, you see a lot of people who come to the United States, you know, they do that as well. You have all these ethnic communities, and they right away start establishing themselves in terms of business and finances and everything, and they start building wealth, you know. So, you know, so that's the key, you know. Start We need more brown folks helping each other out, hooking each other up. We need more to start networking too, you know. Um, and it's sad because sometimes there's Chicanos and Chicanas out there that are struggling, right? And they need help, right? They need wisdom, financial literacy, financial wisdom, and everything. And and if you have that knowledge and wisdom, hey, you know what? There's ways to make cash, right? There's way to make money, you know, and there's many opportunities, and yeah, definitely. you have the opportunity with the internet. You have access to the internet. Now we have access to the internet, and the internet's like it has we you can access a wealth of knowledge and wisdom out there. Before the internet, we didn't have that opportunity. If you guys know what I mean, some of you, who lived before the internet was even popular, you had to find out kind of like through word of mouth or somehow or books or something. But now the internet, you have free access, so there's no excuse, you know. But definitely, and so I'll just probably just go into like ideas, exploring ideas on how to build wealth, and how to get out of poverty, how to get out of the rat race, you know. So I'm just gonna, just give some ideas out there, and and keep doing research. I'm just like just throwing some stuff out there, so maybe you guys can go look deeper into ways to create more wealth and abundance. So here's our different possibilities. First of all, you want one option is like, okay, you go and get educated, right? You go, you have either the route of going and get educated, go to college, get a degree, um, you know, try to shoot for the highest degree possible, and when you get that degree, make sure that degree is marketable where you can actually make some, it gives you more opportunity, it opens more doors, and you can make good cash from that. Okay. So that's one option there. Okay. Another option is if you chose not to go to college, you can actually go to trade school and learn a skill. Learn some skills. Some trade schools have some good skills out there that can actually you could land a good paying job. And I come across people like that are making as probably even more money than some of these PhDs out here. I'm like, wow, it's just amazing. I came across a guy who just went to trade school, and he got I think he got a trade in being like an electrician or something like that. And he landed a job where he's making over 100,000 a year. So I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And so, I'm just saying some of these PhD jobs don't even pay as much as that, you know. So um, so just to let you guys know, if you didn't choose the college route, you still have opportunity, to go to trade school and learn a skill where it can make you cash, Um, say you just, you didn't go to trade school or college, you know, and you dropped out or something, you still have opportunity. And let me tell you this, setting up a business doesn't require a degree, right? You don't need to go get your MBA, right? I come across people who have MBAs and they tell me, oh, you don't even need an MBA to start up a business and be successful. So you have access to create your own business, and you got to get creative. You got to be creative with, establishing your business. You can have a business in just about anything. And a good way to try to establish a business is look into what people need. Look at the problems in the world, see how you can solve them with your services or your products, right? And there's so many problems in the world, right? Just brainstorm them, or you can make a business based on convenience to make people life to make life more convenient for people. Inventions, right? Um, Making a product and selling it. People are coming up with inventions all the time. Man, I just come across some of the inventions like in Japan, and how they're like, man, they're creating all kinds of like little contraptions to make life more convenient and easier. I was like, wow. I was like, I just came across one where it was like you're like sitting in your car and you could put your laptop there and you could put your drink there and like have your own office even in your car and stuff like that. And it had all these little other devices to it. And I was like, wow, that's so convenient and cool, and stuff like that. You just manufacture that, mass manufacture it, and learn the process, and stuff like that can get you wealthy. People are gonna buy that. I knew a guy who he invented something with I forgot what it was. It had to do with the trash industry, and he had it patent and stuff like that, and now he's like, people are buying that left and right, and he just became rich off that. So inventions, selling your services, your products, there's so much to business that you can tap into. Marketing, there's a thing called affiliate marketing where you go and you sign up for an affiliate program, and you promote other people's products or services, and you go promote it in your social media networks, and set up your link there. And so you'll probably sometimes you'll get 5%, 10% when you click on that link, and and you'll make some commission off that. And the more people buy, certain products and services, the more commission you make. And there's people who've gotten rich off this, making a commission off, you know, um, affiliate sales. So you might want to look into that. And marketing is so much. There's so much potential there, and you definitely gotta learn marketing. If you go into business, marketing is a requirement because you know whether you're selling other people's products or services, or you're selling your own stuff, your own services, your own products. Marketing is essential for every business out here. So you gotta learn how to promote, and I know back in the day, I got experience promoting, promoting. Um, you know, I was in the club scene back in the day. As you guys know, I'm a dancer, also a dance instructor. But but definitely, I used to promote a lot of these clubs, and a lot of us old school heads used to promote everywhere, pass out flyers and all that, different parties and all that. But that's marketing right there. If you have some kind of experience like that, you could take it to a higher level and start promoting your business or other people's businesses to make money. So those promotion skills are important, sales, stuff like that. But yeah, so if you decided, okay, if somehow you dropped out of college, or you didn't go to college or didn't go to a trade school, like I said, you can start up your own business. Just educate yourself on entrepreneurship and business and everything. There's so much that you can do with that to make cash. Um, yeah, definitely. So yeah, so I'm just trying to brainstorm here. So the first one I mentioned is that you could go to college and land a good degree that's going to make you marketable, and that's how you can start making good money. Another one is you go to trade school, learn a skill that can make you cash in the real world. And say you didn't go to college or you dropped out, you didn't go to trade school, you can go and establish your own business, you know, and there's so much you can do with business. And it doesn't take a MBA to start up a business. Um, you just gotta learn how to do it. And I actually know a young guy, man. He's in his 20s, and he started up a business in I think it's like with sanitation or something like that. And he's making a lot of money. He's making a lot of money um, a year, and he got smart. He's saving that all that money to buy real estate, to buy houses, and so he's young and he already has like four houses, and he wants to buy more, and so and he just started getting into that whole entrepreneurship. He set up his business, started making cash with that, and then he's investing with his cash savings in buying all this real estate, you know, and that's one of the secrets. If you go and read like books like Rich Dad Poor Dad, like by Robert Kiyosaki, or a lot of these entrepreneurs, these rich entrepreneurs, they talk about all that, you know, uh, saving your money, right, and investing. You can invest in real estate, you can invest in stocks, you can invest in a lot of different assets out there that are going to make you income, passive income as well. A lot of people don't even know about this whole passive income stuff. And it's basically passive income is like, you throw your net out there, right? You throw your net out there, and it's like you're going to make cash sooner or later, right? You don't have to be working all the time, or you could be working on another project while you're earning cash somewhere else. So that's what passive income is. And what it is you use your savings to buy assets. Assets is anything that's going to make you passive income. And so what the problem is we have a lot of brown folks out here. As soon as they get money, they go and waste it. They go and waste it on nonsense. They start wasting it on partying and drinking and all a bunch of like luxuries that they don't even need, luxuries that are not even going to make them cash. So you got to be smart with your money, and you see a lot of these rich, wealthy people out here. They're like they walk around like regular people, normal clothes, nothing fancy, no fancy cars, just enough to get them around and function. But they're over here saving their cash and investing. And it's like, behind the scenes, they're building their wealth, you know. And so we have to, us Chicanos out here, we got to have that same mindset. It's like, okay, we got to start, saving money and investing and empower our communities, teach them financial literacy, because a lot of us are not educated in that. We're stuck in poverty. We're stuck in the whole working class mindset. We're stuck in the rat race, and we were never taught to go beyond, to think outside the box and to take risk and to learn to build wealth. uh, so definitely, yeah, and say you didn't go get educated, right? You didn't go to trade school. You still have an opportunity to get out, to start building wealth, to get out of poverty. And there's some self-taught computer programmers out there, for example. And computer programming, like even my friend right now, he's working for a corporation right now, and he's seeing a lot of people getting fired right now, and he's like worried about him getting fired because they're just laying off people left and right, um, because the economy and what happened to it, and so now he's looking into computer programming, and he's actually self-educating himself, and he's learning about coding and all this other stuff. And he's even telling me, hey man, you need to get in coding, man. Like these guys, these programmers, they make like over $100,000 a year. And so it's like, wow. So you can even like take an online course somewhere, get certified. You know, you could pick up a book, start studying that, start getting good at those computer programming skills, learn the code, learn the different programs out there. Right now, the program is Python, right? Python. You got SQL. You got Java. You got a whole lot of different computer programs right now, and just learning that, you know, you can do so much. You know, I mean, there's so much that you can do with computers, and that computer technology. Um, and what is like interesting is like it's along the same thing as entrepreneurship in business. Is like you like that rich dad poor dad says. It's like Robert Kiyosaki says. He says, you know, his rich dad told him, why work for someone where you're gonna get fired sooner or later, or someone can just fire you, and then you get fired, you lose all your income, right? And it's like, okay, you're relying on this this income, to pay your bills, to pay for your mortgage, to pay for your family, for survival. And all it takes is this one boss just saying, hey, you're fired. And out here in Los Angeles, they have like I think it's like the if you're working for a company, and even if they don't have a good reason to fire you, they can still fire you whenever they want. If they feel that, oh, I could hire someone that's younger, that I can pay less, hey, I could do that. So they'll get rid of you. They treat you as a commodity, right? And that's capitalism, right? But yeah, they can do that. So I like the philosophy of Robert Kiyosaki, how he says that why work for someone who can fire you, and why not just start your own business and start many many streams of income. So say one stream of income doesn't succeed, you still have all these other streams of income, and so it's like, okay, and then you don't have a boss that can fire you, right? And you still have that, and you can even gain financial freedom with like that. It's like, why always, you have to bow down to the man, right? You got to bow down to the institution or some CEO, right? Why not be your own boss, right? And have your own financial freedom. We saw what happened in these past years. I can't go too much into that because YouTube censors out here. If you want to get deeper into some of the uncensored topics and everything, go to my Rumble account and click on it. I post videos there, and uncensored stuff. You know, but for here on YouTube, I'm more commercial. I'm like more positive, right? And so I'll be talking about like topics that are not really going to get you censored, because previously I was on YouTube and I got strikes and talking about certain topics and everything. So I got to keep it positive, right? And um, so definitely, it's like, okay, why depend on someone that can fire you? And we saw this happening, you know, to people recently in the past years. If they didn't comply, they got fired, right? Or you can't work here, you know. And a lot of people lost their income, and and they had to feed their kids, right? They had to pay for their bills. They had to, you know, pay for their mortgage or rent or whatever. And so a lot of times people complied, which was unfortunate, and others didn't, and they held their dignity, right? And they found other avenues to create income. And during this whole thing, like people said, yeah, and it actually motivates them to get smarter with their finances and to start building their own businesses in their own wealth. So, like I said, if you didn't go to trade school or college and you still have opportunity, you could take a course online, you could buy a book, or even access YouTube or the internet, learn some skills. Computer programming is one of them. Um, and you see all these guys, Zuckerberg and Bill Gates, who I don't really like, right? Especially because of what they've done in the recent past years. I'm not going to get into that, but I will acknowledge that they were smart. Like Zuckerberg, I think he dropped out of college. I'm not too sure. I don't, but I think I recall that. But he created Facebook. And look at him now. He's like he's rich. You know. Um, Look at Bill Gates. You know, he didn't get. I don't even think he has a degree in computer science or something like that. And I might be wrong on that, but you have to double check. But that's what I heard in the past. I'm trying to recall. but but yeah, there's examples of this. If of people who were self-educated and they established their own financial empires out here. So you can do it. You can do it. And if you're brown, you can do it as well. Don't let people hold you back. Don't people tell you no, you can't do that. You know, um, you know, don't limit yourself to people's opinions, and don't think of yourself as, oh, okay, I can't do that. I'm not educated, or I'm not smart enough, or I don't have the resources. No, you can do it. I heard the stories of a lady who had 3 kids and was broke and poor. She learned about entrepreneurship and real estate, and now she's a millionaire. I'm like, wow, wow, wow. So you can do it. You just gotta you gotta educate yourself and learn about get yourself financially literate. And there's always growth. There's always growth. You can never know everything. So there's always opportunity out there, innovation. You gotta make yourself more marketable out there. So that's the key. Anyways, let me see if I could answer some of the conversations here. How's it going? Casual conversation. I think she left. Uh, let's see. She said that there are a lot of food truck growth lately. Oh yeah, yeah. That was my earlier topic. Yeah. Um, yeah, lately out here in Los Angeles, man, I live out here in the San Fernando Valley, and there's like events that happen with all kinds of food trucks, and yeah, people are tapping into that. There's opportunity there. I see all kinds of food trucks, and this is actually a good way to promote your business in the community as well. Having those food trucks out there, and say you have say your business is mobile and you're just a food truck. That's a good way, to start off. Or say you have a location, but you want to expand that and get more customers, get more exposure. A food truck is a good way to promote your business too, and let other people know about your food truck business. And there's so much you can do with that, you know. So definitely, that's a good one. Um, and that's just one example. But I guess yeah, that's you gotta be innovative and just think of your ideas, different ideas out here that'll build wealth. And I think that's very important because a lot of our communities are stuck in poverty and they don't know how to get out of that poverty, you know. So there's always opportunity. You just gotta spark your creative juices and learn how to implement them, take action too. It's not just knowing, having the knowledge and knowing all about it, but taking action too, learning the process too. I've learned that it's like, even learning the process of doing things, just even basic entrepreneurship. Like, hey, learn the process of making websites, business websites, learn the process of marketing yourself, creating business cards, uh, learn the process of promoting yourself in the communities, promoting your business in the communities. You can pass out your business cards, make events in the community, join organizations, events. You know, post flyers everywhere. You could get the word out in your community, not just the community though. Uh, you know, also the whole globe as well. So the internet is so much opportunity there. In the internet, it's like, you just got to get your audience though. You got to build your audience, get your social networks going. You got Facebook, you got YouTube, you got Instagram, you have TikTok, um, Twitter. You have your own website, and there's other platforms too, especially in the whole underground. You got Rumble, you got Telegram, you got I mean, there's just so many. Odyssey, um, man, there's just so many new platforms out here, and there's so much potential customers to tap into there. So just think about it. Use your mind and really be creative on that. You know, and market yourself, promote yourself. And that's the key. But you gotta build your audience. A lot of these millionaires, they developed uh, a big audience, especially in their social media networks. Before you sell something, you got to have an audience, right? They have to know about you. If they don't know about you, you'll never be able to sell anything. It's just basic sales. And I think this kind of stuff should be taught in the poor communities, the brown communities, even amongst the homeless people too. I see these nonprofits out here. There's some good ones out here that I like. They teach, they try to get the homeless off their feet, and what they do is they teach them skills, resume skills. They clothe them with new interview clothes, and to get them housing and try to get them to land a job. But I think also teaching them entrepreneurship skills is, wow, what a radical change that would cause, just teaching people that, and even in the brown communities, we have this educational system. I remember I came out of high school not knowing nothing like this. Even in college, unless you majored in maybe business, but even business, some of those guys don't even know how to build wealth. They just learn, how to work at a corporation, a 9 to 5 corporation, but they don't learn too much about investing, assets, and all that stuff. They just learn about getting rid of debt, and that's it, right? Or they don't learn how to build wealth through good debt, as Robert Kiyosaki talks about. So, um, so we need a vast shift in financial education, and I think this stuff teaches you the practicality of life as well, and it should be taught in high school, maybe junior high. There's some youngsters who are already entrepreneurs. Building wealth already. I heard stories like that. So, college students, it should be like a requirement for graduation, right? A requirement even for high school, um, college and stuff. You know, um, Junior high, whatever. The only issue is sometimes our people drop out, so they drop out and they're not given this knowledge and information right here. You know, so yeah, definitely. It's time to wisen up, start learning how to build those streams of income, multiple streams of income, and start working on it. You know, and it's not a get rich fast scheme. It takes time to build wealth. It takes time to build a business. You know, it's a process. You got to work on it, but definitely use your mind. Do some more research. You know, after seeing this video, go and do your research. Learn how to build wealth. Look into entrepreneurship. Look into business. Look into skills that are gonna make you cash and money, right? And learn about investing, and go and teach people. After you learn how to do all this, after you already made your wealth and all that, or you're on your way up, right? You don't have to wait till you're already rich, right? Even if you're on your way up, you could bring people along with you. That's the key, you know. And it's all about empowering, conscious empowerment, conscious entrepreneurship. Um, so definitely. Anyways, I think I'm going to end it here, but definitely stay tuned for more topics. And this is the Conscious Chicano, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I'll be promoting a lot of positivity, consciousness, good stuff, on this YouTube platform. And if you want to get deeper into deeper subjects, click on my Rumble account. And right there, I just go hardcore, uncensored. So um, definitely, and don't forget to add me on Instagram too. I go on there a lot too as well. But anyways, um, this is the Conscious Chicano, and I'm out.